Well, hello there. Welcome to our second Lunch and Learn session of the day. Super excited if you're tuning in here live or you're watching from the future. Thank you so much. Welcome, and we're going to dive in today and be talking about OneNote. This is a new Lunch and Learn series, bite-sized tech tips for students here at Midtown. I'm coming to you live from the beautiful new Media Center here. Today's session, we're going to be focusing on OneNote tips and tricks. So I've got 10 tips and tricks for you so that you can maximize the use of OneNote. And just like that, there's the bell to let us know that we have some class changes. So we should have some more folks joining us in here. But let's dive in. And my name is Jennifer Hall, and I'm your educational technology specialist. That means that I provide technology training for your teachers and work with you on technology projects as well. So super excited to share today. So let's start off with tech tip number 1, and that would be Immersive Reader. So we talk about Immersive Reader. If you're not familiar with Immersive Reader, it is a tool that provides reading support. So you can copy and paste any text into your OneNote and select to read it. So I want to have this text here all about Immersive Reader, and I'm going to go up here to the upper left-hand side, and I'm going to say I want to view. So I'm going to choose to view, and I'm going to say Immersive Reader. And when I do that, it's going to bring that text into the Immersive Reader tool, and I can actually customize that. So up here in the left-hand corner, I can actually adjust the text size, spacing, font, and I can also adjust the color if need be. So sometimes another color would be better for being able to see something, so you can adjust it. Sometimes that harsh white background is a challenge to read, so you can change those. Next up, you can go to the grammar options. I can turn on and label the parts of speech if I'd like to do that. So parts of speech, kind of a cool option. I'm a former language arts teacher, so I think that's a pretty cool feature that you have available. And also you can go over here to the line focus. And since that's a long paragraph, I could say I just want to see one word line at a time. And I can actually then have it read it aloud for me. So I can hit play. I can adjust the voice settings so I can speed it up, slow it down. So it can go faster or slower. I use this. I had to read about 10 blog posts the other day, and so I used Immersive Reader, so I was able to get through the content rather quickly. So the last part is here. If I click up here on this box that's up here at the top, hidden underneath our awesome new Midtown Nights logo, you can click on that book, and I can also change it to another language. So I'm going to turn off that line focus, and I'm going to then change the language. So there's over 80 languages that I can choose from. So if it's in English and you want to translate it to another language, that is an option. So let's translate this to Spanish and turn it on for the whole document. When I do that, you can see I can have it read aloud. And it's going to read it in Spanish, and I can also choose to just select the one word. So that is the first of the tips there for using OneNote. Tip number 2. You can actually insert audio directly into your OneNote, so you can take notes simultaneously, so you can type while you're recording. So if your teacher's doing a lecture and you want to get those and take the notes, you can have then the audio there, so you can do that simultaneously. Tip number 3, I'm a big fan of emojis, and so you can actually add in emojis by going up here on the home page. I can say insert, and you'll see that emojis is an option, so I can click on that. More emojis, and I can add in emojis as bullet points, as reminders for things. And so you can do that for your pages, you can do that for your sections, and you can do that for anything inside of your OneNote note. Next up, tip number 4, is that you can create a file printout. That means you add that file directly into OneNote, such as your notes, and you can then annotate on it. So this is my ideas for using Microsoft Forms. So when you go to add something and you say you want to insert it, so I'm going to find a spot to put this. We'll put it right here after that document, choose to select File, and then go to Insert File Printout. If you do that, you'll upload that file and it will live inside of the document. So I did that before here with this file. And you can see that you don't have to just click on the file to access it. You can actually see it live in your OneNote document. Tip number 5 is that you can dictate directly into your OneNote. So I enjoy writing, but sometimes my brain is going faster than I can type. So it's great if you want to be able to dictate something. So I can go here. This is the one from the earlier session. I'm going to just hit enter, and I go up to the top here on the home page. You'll see that there is a microphone. Click here. You can adjust it for preview languages as you're talking. We're going to keep it in English. Click where I want it to go and hit to record. So as soon as I do that, now testing 1, 2, 3. Put it right there. Testing 1, 2, 3. As you can see, it's adding as I'm talking to the page. So this is great as you're wanting to brainstorm. You can actually type out, instead of having to type it, you can actually say it, and then you can proof what you're saying. So that dictate is a really cool feature in OneNote. First time you use it, you might need to acknowledge use of your microphone on your Chromebook, but you can do that. Tip number 6 is that you can tag and easily find notes with important information. So as you're creating your OneNote throughout the year, you're going to add more pages and resources to it. You can actually tag those important things. So if I wanted to tag this note right here, I can select notes. I can go over here. On the home page, you'll see that there's tags, and they already have ready-made tags that you can add to here. So as a reminder. So then when you go to search, you can search for those tags. Tip number 7 is the math tool. So the math tool allows you to write in a problem and then select it. So when you go to select it, you'll write in the problem, you'll select that text, and then you'll actually see that there is a math feature. So what this looks like here is I've got a little animation. There's our Immersive Reader. So there's the math tool. So I've selected the problem, I put it in there, and I clicked math, and it's going to bring up that math problem, and then I can actually say find it, solve the steps in the equation. So it solved it for you, and it also provides you the steps. What was the process? Solve for X. I can also graph it, and I can add that graph to my document. I can also say generate a practice quiz, and by doing that, it will say, all right, log in, and this will give you problems that are similar to it. You can pick the number of questions, so you can have 3 to 5 to 10 questions that are going to be similar to that math problem to give you practice, and it's going to give you a Microsoft form loaded directly in there for you to solve those practice problems. Kind of a cool feature that you can have that help inside of your OneNote notebook. Tip number 8 is being able to create subpages. So creating a subpage means that I can actually move things over right to have them underneath the other pages. So you see I've got 10 pages here. I can easily right click over here and make it a subpage, which means it puts it over. So it helps with that hierarchy or organizing your notes. So if you realize that you don't want it to be a subpage, you can move it back over and promote it back to a regular page. So it's great for, you've got your sections, your pages, and then you can have subpages. Tip number 9 is the recycling bin. You can recover those deleted notes if you inadvertently deleted something you didn't mean to. Over here under home, I want to go back here to where it says view deleted notes. So if I go to view deleted notes, I can see that. I can also view and see page versions, which means if you're missing something, you can go back to it and access it again. So good to know that that's where it is. It's kind of hidden under there under view, but you definitely will be able to get back to your main notes. Let me refresh this here real quick. And back to the tips. So that was recycling, and the final tip is color coding your sections. What's cool about that is that you can go over here to any of these sections and right click and color code them. So if you have a notebook that has all of your resources in one notebooks. So you might want to have one color for science, one color for social studies, one color for your lit class. You can color code them using those options. So any of these pages can be color coded. So it very much like having your dividers in your physical notebook and being able to color code them. So just another bonus tip there. So hopefully you found these 10 tips beneficial. Again, this was our first of the series. This was the second episode today. We'll be back with future tech tip training sessions. If there's something that you're like, hey, I'd like to learn more about a particular tool or resource, let us know in the comments on the video. If you're watching this from the future and not during the actual live session, we appreciate you tuning in. So thank you so much. Have a great day.